Welcome to Starcraft. I'm Dreadbean, joined by Sapphire, and our guest for this is JT. Now, this is Blistering Sands, and our matchup is Filthy as the Blue Zerg versus KJH as the this pink Terran. Now, I'm looking forward to this match.
Yeah, no. Surprised to see Filthy take game one in Terran vs Terran. I would have thought Kang would be really strong there and be able to take him out. But no, really all in bit of a cheesy rush there from Filthy, though. That early Marine rush of just being too strong there for KGH and then into Banshees. So just surprising play. And now Filthy is random. So this round we see him spawn as Zerg. It's really exciting casting random players. So not sure what we're going to see from Filthy. He just comes up with so much interesting stuff. Every game seems to be unique and different, so not sure what he's going to throw at KJH this time, and KJH doesn't know that he's as up against the Zerg yet, so I imagine we'll see a very fast scout. I wouldn't be surprised to see this supply depot builder be the scout, and he'll scout before throwing down the racks, which, considering he doesn't know what's race up against, I would expect that to happen. But no, it does seem to look like he's going to build a rack, so he's not that committed to finding out what race he's up against straight away. So a little bit surprising there from KJH. But yeah, no, really looking forward to this game. I'm not sure what we're going to see from Filthy, but I'm sure it's going to be exciting stuff.
I'm sure KJH is not super pleased about that last match, especially because it was a Terran versus Terran, and he was versing a a random player, so he would not like the fact that he lost that mirror matchup one bit. So I'd like to see KJH come out here with guns blazing just to really make up for that loss there, or he needs to, because this is best of three, and if he loses it, it's all over. So, JT, what do you expect?
I'll be very interested to see whether we get a mech build from KJH's Terran, or if he goes Marine Marauder Medevac wall. Because it's interesting to note that between StarCraft 1, Terran versus Zerg, you'd often see lots of Marines and medics, whereas versus Zerg, whereas in StarCraft 2, it's much more viable to go armor versus the Zerg as well. So I'm very interested to see which of those we're going to see.
Yeah, already Filthy is being a little bit creative here. This drone harassment has been so good. He was able to interrupt the barracks, and then we're forcing KJH to switch SCVs, building the barracks there, and then he was able to send his drone into the SCV line and pick up a kill, and now he's even getting a gas steal off. So this drone has become the hero drone for Filthy. They're just able to do so much harassment and so much delay, and one of the biggest things, which I'm sure won't affect KJH, but it can, is this level of harassment can just throw players off their game just that little bit. And we are seeing a cancel there, which means that with only one Marine firing on this gas, he can keep cancelling and renewing it forever and ever until we get 3 Marines firing on that, or he pulls an SCV off to help bring this down. So Filthy's going to delay this second gas coming online for ages. Now we're seeing the second Marine there, but it's still not going to be enough damage per second there to bring that extractor down. So KJH, meanwhile, is just having all aspects of his build being messed with, and we are seeing him pull this Marine back to the line here. So he may be expecting that we are going to see a little bit of harassment coming in, and these Zerglings may actually be able to get a runby off, but no, these Marines are going to deny it. So Filthy, I believe, was just looking for a bit of scouting information there on top of what he can see from this barracks here, so from this extractor here. So he's really looking to pick up some more information at this point, but we are seeing this Zergling try to sneak by, but the Hellion and Marines just too strong there. But now he's just got one Marine working on this extractor, so he doesn't seem too committed to try and bring this down really fast. So he may have been thinking about going mech heavy, but now he's just going harassment heavy and getting out Hellions, which don't require gas. So Hellion Marine means that he's not spending any gas in bringing those units across. He's just spending minerals at this point, and these Queens looking to deny this harassment, and which they should do really nicely, especially with the Spine Crawler coming online. So I imagine Filthy's going to be just fine. More units coming in now, though. Even though these Hellions not doing so well against the Queen, eventually they will bring it down, especially supported by Marines, which do a lot better. So no, this situation for Filthy is very tenuous. He really needs to get a transfusion off on that second Queen, but neither Queen has enough mana for a transfusion right now. We're seeing these Roaches come in now, and they're going to work, but he's not involving the Queens because they're so low. One Roach coming back, almost going down, but these Roaches are just so good against these Hellions here and the Marines as well. So really need some Marauders here for KJH. I expect he's going to bring them out now that he's seen Roaches on the way, and we are seeing that Tech Lab thrown down. So, looks at this point that Filthy's able to hold that harassment off pretty nicely, and he harassed the heck out of KJH. And a Terran is just able to do so many different types of harassment in the early to mid game with Hellions or Vikings, or even a faster bunker with Marines and Marauders. So Filthy, I think, has done so well to delay that and harass himself, so that KJH hasn't really been able to harass him.
Yeah, Filthy, just as soon as he defended that attack, he's right back onto the attack now. This bunker is full of Marines, though, and of this Marauder, so we'll be causing quite a bit of damage to these Roaches, and they will have to push back, or else they will all be taken out. So, good decision by KJH to have that bunker up. It is a very standard play there, but it was great timing, and it really made short work of that attack. Now, these Roaches are just hanging out at front of the base, though, so they will be basically roaming the field, just making sure that the Terran player does not, try and do any sneaky business and try to contain him. Although it is very hard when they can just lift off a command center and just plop it on the other side of the map. So Filthy just had to, just has to pump out a few more units here because he won't be able to break this defense right now. So, what do you think of this play, JT?
I'm really liking the 3 barracks with Tech Labs to really get the Marauder count up. It'll be very, very key against all these Roaches. Also pumping out a couple of siege tanks, which is also very good at popping the armored Roaches. But no starport